When you get as much snow as we do, you find ways of being creative. So here we have it was an empty dish soap bottle, and we filled it with blue food coloring and water. And then, Stella, no!
Stop! Ow, I can't get up. You're on my foot!
Hello and welcome to another video. Today is January 18th, and as you can see, we got a lot of snow. So I'm gonna point it over here. Yeah, that's a lot of snow. Today we got between 6 and 8 inches of snow so far, and it's like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we've got lots of snow removal on our hands. Tova's got a spray bottle filled with purple food coloring. And we got another one with red, and we've got some other colors too that we're gonna bring out, but they are decorating snowbanks. There's never a lack of spray bottles in a barn, so anytime I have old ones, this is what I do with them before they get tossed in recycling. Okay, while they're doing that, I'm gonna work on graining some horses. I'm super excited because I now have bear buffs. If you live in an area where it's cold, you know what a buff is, but basically, you can see. So, on days where it's really cold, I can cover everything but my eyeballs. I love these things, but this one has my logo and then has a picture of bear. Isn't that cute? So I have these. Unfortunately, I don't have these available for sale online, but I have them available for sale at my barn for any of my students who are interested in them. Blossom, Petra, Cinnamon, Blossom. Not you, no. I need a bear. Here, Mr. Bear. This one here gets pretty pushy at the gate. What are you doing? Goofball? She's like, well, today I just forgot where I'm supposed to go. And what are you doing? Oh, horses are so strange sometimes. Yep, today's the day that they all decide that they're gonna meander. Hey, bear. Lucky. Hi, buddy. He's like, oh, hello. Let me look at you with my good eye. You need to get in your stall, Cinnamon. Get crabby with the dog. See, Stella says you need to get in your stall too. There's the first shift. I feed my horses in 3 groups. Nellie is certain that she should have been in the first group. And so she's gonna sit there and have a fit at the gate. And guess what? She gets to come in last. Patience. Patience is a virtue. I don't know if you could hear that, but Sally says hi. Look at these big, gorgeous flakes coming down. So pretty. The herd is all content, except for Nellie. Nellie's just crabby because she didn't get to come in for her grain yet. And this kind of behavior right here, I would never just let her in with her acting like this. It'll only make it worse and worse. When she goes over and starts eating, then maybe I'll let her in. But this behavior is completely unacceptable. I won't tolerate that kind of stuff. Miss Kitty knows that she's going to be coming in soon, but she's sweet and just stands back there. And she actually heard her name and perked her ears up. She knows. What I do is I call each of them when it's their time to come in. And if I don't call their name, they shouldn't be coming up. Yeah, Ellie is mad, and she's probably going to go and stir up the others and take it out on somebody else. That's just kind of the horse she is. See, there she goes after Ona. No reason. She's just mad. She thinks she deserves her grain now. Nika! Banzer! That is a fucker. I have to wait until she's committed to leaving before I... Come on, Nick. Annabelle was having a really hard time in her stall, so I brought her out, tied her, and I've been just kind of working her feet a little bit, having her step forward and back. I'll just show you. She didn't even want to finish her grain. She's very nervous. She's actually sucking on her tongue. I've never heard her do that before. But see the agitated flipping of her head, her feet are dancing. She's just genuinely very anxious right now. See, that's what she'll do with a hind leg, is she'll lift it. She kind of rocks her weight around, and she'll usually lift the leg that's closest to the wall. So what I'm going to do with her is groundwork. She absolutely has to have some groundwork right now. There's that leg again. Just her funny little thing she does. So I have just a flag, and so I'm using this just as an extension of my hand. I'm going to ask her to back up a couple steps. I'm going to just give her feet something to do. Now I'm going to ask her to walk forward a couple steps just by kind of waving my flag. That's all I wanted. There she turned and looked at me. At least I got her attention. I'm going to walk around her, send her to the other side. I need to move those hindquarters over. I want her really stepping over. Good. Okay. So now I'm going to ask her to step forward a smidge. I want forward. I want forward. Good. Now I want back. A little more. A little more. Good. Now I want forward. Good. Now I want back. Now I'll pause. And I'll wait. And I'll just let her sit. I want her to find peace in just oh, good girl. Now I'm going to walk up and pet her. I want her to find peace in the standstill. Oh my gosh, she's so nervous. And the snowblower is going out there, and it just came by the front of the barn and flung snow all over the side of the building. But she's not a horse that's worried about that kind of stuff. She was acting this way before the snowblower got going, so that's not why she's this way. This is just her. I don't know what in her life. I'm gonna see if you can kind of hear her sucking on her lip, but I've never heard her do that. But it's sheer like anxiousness. And with this horse too, I wonder if she's maybe missing something in her diet, that she's got a little bit of a chemical imbalance of some sort. Oh, that's better right there. She has little moments where she's fine, and then she goes back to being wide-eyed and just worried. So I had her in her stall eating her grain, and like I said, she was really having a hard time in the stall. But Nellie out there too, getting everybody all riled up certainly doesn't help. And that could have started because Annabelle was a little worried to come by the gate because she was afraid of getting pummeled by Nellie. Forward, good. Forward, good. And I want her to just take a step forward, not to where she runs into the pressure of the lead rope, but just a step. Good. Now back up. Good girl. Now forward. My flag just comes up a little bit just to suggest that she goes forward. And if I need to, I can reach out and touch her. But she's pretty sensitive. I don't need to do that. Good girl. And we'll back up. Now let's change sides. Changing eyes. Good. I'm going to do the same thing here. Good. I like the licking. But then she goes back to rubbing her head, which is an anxious thing. She's anxious. Now we're gonna go forward. Good girl. That's a lot better. Those eyes still are a little bit too anxious for me. Let's go back. Back up. A little more. Good. Nope. Now I'm just gonna keep her back a little bit. Good. That's better. Is hear that lip sucking? That's different. I've never heard her do that before. It's been roughly 30 minutes, and now Nellie is back over to the hay box eating, and that's exactly what I want to see. She stopped harassing everyone, stopped obsessing over the gate. That's exactly what I'm looking for. And then now Annabelle has a much better look on her face. I was able to do some groundwork with her, took her in the stall, did a little groundwork in there, and she's at a much calmer place. Do you see where Ona and Nellie are going down on their knees right there? There's a water tub, one of those little tiny like 20-gallon water tubs. And they have a 150-gallon water tub in their pasture, and they can go out. But they choose to drink out of that little teeny tiny water tub. Blossom was just doing it too, and she went all the way down on her knees, almost to her belly. It's crazy. I don't understand why they would do that. So, Beer, is that feed pan good? Licking the scent of grain out of it. There's nothing left in there, I promise. But it's so yummy. As soon as Nellie was real quiet and standing out with the herd, eating hay, then I went out with a halter and caught her and brought her into her stall, and I backed her in, of course. So, but that's what I do, is I wait until it's right. You know, and old habits die really hard.